Hello everyone. In today's video, I am going shopping at multiple stores again, and I've got a little bit of a list, a loose list, not real planned out this week. I do know there are a couple of meals that I want to make, and I'm going back to the Dollar Tree because when I did the Dollar Tree $10 challenge recently, I did see something here that I wanted, and I've been thinking about it ever since. So I'm back in the store and I spotted these red plates, and yeah, don't mind if I do. One of the reasons I love Dollar Tree is I can just pick up one or two items, and I love colorful dishes. And okay, this is what I was looking for, the instant oatmeal pumpkin spice. I've got something in mind that I want to do with this, and I just can't stop thinking about it, so I'm going to make it this week. And I'm also looking for some capers, so I thought I might as well just check since I'm at the Dollar Tree, and I didn't find any, but I did find these olives and these roasted red peppers, and that looked like a really good deal. I love to have those on sandwiches. One of my subscribers mentioned this minced garlic from the Dollar Tree. She said it's really good, and she also advised using the liquid out of there in soups, which I thought was a really great idea. I just love hearing all of the ideas that you guys have. And I'm right next to grocery outlet, so I'm going to run in here. A few of you have mentioned this is where you get your bargains, so I'm going to look around and see if maybe they've got some bargains for me today. I'm looking for capers, and I did find capers at 99 cents, which I thought is probably going to be the best deal that I find them at. So I'm going to pick that up. And I also found these little planters that were 78 cents, which I thought was a really great deal. I was trying to think of a reason for me to buy this, but I already just bought one. A really nice one, actually, that was really expensive, but had I seen this before, I probably would have gotten this. So I thought that was great. And then they had this really good deal on these little dressings for like 28 cents. And then I stopped by Aldi for the real deals. So I was keeping my fingers crossed that I would find a good deal on chicken at Aldi, and they did have this one for $4.07, which was not a bad deal at all. I was hoping to get it in the $3 range, but that's definitely doable. I do hate cutting the chicken up, but it's so much less expensive. They had these chicken breast packages for $1.29 a pound, which I also thought was a really great deal, but that's going to be quite a bit more money, so I'm not going to do that. And then I saw these fresh chicken leg quarters for $4.90. These were actually 10-pound bags, so it equaled out to be 49 cents a pound, which I thought was a really, really good deal. And they had these while supplies last. Aldi always has those kind of deals. They just get rid of something really quickly. And I just was debating on whether I should go that route or not. But I did have in mind that I wanted to make the chicken piccata with the chicken breast. And so if I got the chicken leg quarters, that obviously wasn't going to work out. I'd have to modify that recipe a little bit, and I really didn't want to. The chicken piccata was my whole entire inspiration for this week's meals, and so that's what I'm going with. Now, I did stop by Trader Joe's that day, and I noticed that their capers were $2.79, and they looked a little bit smaller than the ones that I got. And then when I stopped by Wholesome Choice on the way home, I noticed that they had a ton of different varieties of capers, and they even had some that were packed in rock salt, and I just was really intrigued by that. I'm kind of curious now what all the different varieties are and what the applications are for those. So if anybody has any feedback on that, definitely let me know. I was talking to one of my viewers the other day, and she was actually making a chicken salad with capers, and I thought that is a really, really good idea. So I'm at this particular store in search of cheap produce, and I spotted these red cabbage at 69 cents a pound, and I'm going to try to pick up a really super teeny one and save some money. I do like to eat the colors of the rainbow just in terms of getting the vitamins and minerals that I need. And I do love red cabbage, so I'm going to find a way to use that. I'm going to pick up 1 jalapeno pepper. These are super inexpensive and hardly weigh anything, so I'm just going to get 1. And they had the same price on the lemons at two for $1. But I already did pick up 1 lemon. That's really all I need. They had onions on sale again, which was a really, really good sale. And so I'm just going to pick up 1 because I think I can make just 1 work. And this is what I ended up with. I will put the ingredients list in the description for you along with prices. I am missing... what am I missing here? Oh, I'm missing a clove of garlic. And so, but I'll add that to the price list, and hopefully I didn't miss anything else. But these are the items that I got. I got picked up the green lentils, and I actually have a 2-pound bag of the rice. However, I'm just using that because I already have that in my house. I'm only going to be using 1 pound. Last week or the week before, I used a 2-pound bag of brown rice, and I had way too much rice for the week. So, also these pumpkin spice oatmeal, those were also an inspiration. I'm going to be doing something fun with those. And I got 1 stalk of corn, cilantro, parsley. I actually ended up swapping that parsley for some Italian parsley. And I have kale there. All of these, oh, and I have mint. Those were super inexpensive. I think they were like 30 cents each. And I have 1 avocado, a lemon, a tomato, the cabbage, 12 eggs, 3 bananas, I got that romaine lettuce for 99 cents, which was amazing. And tomatoes, the capers, the chicken. I picked up the flour tortillas just because I felt a little odd without having any kind of tortilla. Okay, I'm going to do quite a bit of meal prep this week so that all of my vegetables are clean, ready to go, and I'm going to make some of the meals up in advance so that I just can warm them back up because I'm going to be working quite a bit this week. Okay, I've been so excited to try this pumpkin spice instant oatmeal. I used to eat these pumpkin protein bars from this bodybuilder named Jamie Eason, and I would make those quite frequently, and I love the fact that they were healthy. I would keep them in my fridge, and I would just eat them throughout the week when I needed a snack or breakfast or whatever. And so I thought to myself, that's basically the inspiration for what I want to do with this oatmeal. I like the fact that the oatmeal already has a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon in it, so I'm just going to mix in some eggs and other ingredients, some baking powder, some extra cinnamon. If you don't have cinnamon, it's fine. There was already some in there. You can also try this with some of the other kinds of oatmeal that you come across, even the apples and cinnamon. This recipe is very forgiving, so just add whatever it is that you have. And again, I'm going to put all of the ingredients list in the description. Just scroll to the bottom, and I keep all of the recipes there. And I was just kind of winging it a bit, but I added 3 eggs. I probably could have gotten away with just 2 eggs, but they actually turned out perfect, so I'm not complaining at all. I was really happy with them. Next time, I think I'll experiment a little bit with this because I love the fact that it's giving me something to work with. So next time I could add up a smashed banana, I could add walnuts, I could add some cranberries. I can think of a lot of different things that I could do with this. I could add coconut. I'm definitely going to add flaxseed next time. That's something that I add to a lot of things at home, but I don't do it for my videos so much because, you know, it's not really a staple and it's very expensive to purchase. But anyway, I just laid it out on my griddle, and then I just cut it into squares so that I could flip them and get them nice and brown. And that's kind of the whole idea. I think that these had, the packages said that there were 10 servings in the oatmeal. I'm just going to be using these along with my bananas and then some eggs and some, I've got the flour tortillas so I can make some kale burritos as well, but I don't think I filmed that. But that's going to cover me for breakfast. And I really love the way they turned out. I was actually eating them cold all week with my coffee, and it was delicious. Okay, for my first recipe, I am super excited to make this lentil soup for you guys. It is so delicious and so yummy, and I just absolutely love it. So here we go. These are the ingredients that we're going to use. Now, there's a couple different variables here. First of all, the lentils. There's quite a few different varieties that you can make. I'm using the green lentils in mine. You can use either green or brown. Each kind of lentil cooks up differently, but the green lentil is a quick cooking lentil. And I'm going to use a vegetable bouillon, a little bit of carrots, some tomatoes, kale. Now for the curry powder, you want to be aware of what kind of curry powder you're purchasing and whether or not you like that particular kind of curry powder. I myself like all curry powders, so I'm fine with any of them. But that's just something for you to be aware of when you're purchasing your curry powder, or maybe you already know this, but it's certainly worth mentioning. And I'm going to pull out a few of these tomatoes. I'm going to be making myself something with these later on, so I'm just going to pull those out and set those aside. This lentil soup was so delicious. I just couldn't get enough of it, actually. I sometimes find that lentil soup can be a little bit too rich. I have a picky palate where I like things to be balanced. My oldest son, who is a very harsh critic, gave me 2 10s this week for 2 of the dishes I made, and this was one of them. And the funny thing about it was, though, he said, Mom, that is a 10 for sure. But he's like, but I don't like lentils. And I don't like kale. And I'm like, how can you say that? How can it be a 10 if you don't like 2 of the main ingredients? But I guess he really liked the flavor of it, so I'm going to take it anyway. I'm topping it with fresh Italian chopped parsley and a squeeze of lemon and a little bit of olive oil. And I have to say, these fresh herbs and the lemon and the olive oil just really help to dress it up. And the fresh herbs made a huge difference in this week's meals. Okay, and now we're going to make a Buddha bowl, and if you haven't tried these before, you're definitely missing out. These are super good. You can put whatever you want in them, and for our case here, I'm just going to be adding some of the fresh veggies that we've got. I only had enough meat for a couple of the recipes, for one Buddha bowl and for one of the salads. I did grill the breast meat on my George Foreman. I love to use the George Foreman. It makes it perfect every time, and it's just super easy to use. So I will put a link in that in the description box in case you're wanting to know what I'm using to cook that with. And I did boil my corn, and then I cut the corn off the cob, and I'm using a soy sauce and then my red chili sauce that I always use. I was wondering when I did this dish, I kept going back and forth whether I wanted to take the mint and run it through the processor with some oil and make a nice fresh pesto to kind of, drizzle over the top, or whether I just wanted to eat the whole fresh herbs. And I decided to go with just using them fresh, and after eating it, I'm super glad that I did, because it was absolutely delicious. It's amazing how much these herbs elevate the meals. And I really enjoyed the addition of the jalapeno pepper as well. It was not too hot at all, and it just added the right amount of spice. I also added a little bit of these, I don't really want to call them pickled onions, but they're tart and a little bit sweet. I guess they're kind of pickled. But I added that to the side. It added a great component both in the salad and in this bowl, and it was absolutely delicious. So I hope you guys try that. Okay, if there's one dish that you're going to make of mine this week, I would definitely recommend making this super easy to make a chicken piccata recipe. My family really likes this. I've been making it for quite a while now. These are the ingredients. This time I'm going to be using chicken bouillon. Generally, I'll use the vegetable, but for this meal we need chicken broth, so I'll just use a couple tablespoons of that. Capers, butter, capellini, the Italian parsley. I have one of the large breasts. I'm going to pound that up and get that all uniform in size. I'm going to also be removing that skin off of it. And then I'm cutting it into 2 pieces so that I can get 2 meals out of this. And for the capers, which are kind of the star of the show here, I'm going to rinse them so that they have a little bit milder of a flavor. Otherwise, it'll be a little bit too salty. And then I just squeezed my lemon juice out. I think I got about 1/8 of a cup, so it wasn't quite as much as the recipe calls for, but that's okay. We can just kind of use what we have, and it will turn out great. Okay, my kids rated this a 10. They absolutely love this, so I definitely recommend trying it. This was in a serving dish, and I just cooked up the capellini with a little bit of olive oil and just poured the juices over the top and set the chicken to the side. I think this recipe is every bit as good as the one at Macaroni Grill, and just one dinner plate of the chicken piccata there is, I think it's like $17 and something, and that's basically what we spent for our entire week's worth of groceries this week. And for my last meal of the video, I'm just going to make myself a quick capellini pomodoro with some garlic, olive oil, and these tomatoes that I set aside. I've drained them just because I want to have some little chunks spread out into the capellini. I'm going to add some butter, and that's pretty much it. A little bit of salt, and this is actually going to be my dinner for tonight, and then probably part of my lunch tomorrow. Did have some other meals that I made this week, like a delicious honey barbecue crock-pot chicken, which I didn't have enough room to upload, but I will put it in the description. I had a lot of rice and lentils and pasta left over, so I think we only used about $15 worth of food this week. So I hope you did like everything that I cooked, and let me know if you try any of these meals. I'm super happy with the oatmeal bars. I love those a lot, actually, and I love the Buddha bowls. Those were super delicious, and the chicken piccata. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next week.